Have you ever questioned why chasing someone often pushes them further away? Or why ignoring them makes them come crawling back? It's not magic, it's psychology, and it's time you learn how to flip the script. Ignoring them doesn't just make you seem mysterious, it forces them to question their decisions, their desires, and even their own worth. Today we're diving into the 10 reasons why ignoring someone is far more effective than chasing them. This isn't about playing games or manipulation, it's about understanding human behavior at its rawest level. If you've been on the other side of this equation, desperately chasing, it's time to stop. Let's get started. 1. People crave what they can't have. Scarcity is one of the most powerful psychological forces. When something or someone becomes less available, people naturally want it more. It's called the scarcity principle, and it explains why ignoring someone makes you more desirable. Chasing, on the other hand, screams desperation, which instantly lowers your value in their eyes. Think about luxury brands. They thrive on exclusivity. The fewer people who can access a product, the more it's coveted. The same applies to human relationships. By ignoring someone, you signal that your time and attention are valuable and not easily given away. This creates intrigue and desire, making them wonder why they're not your priority. Scarcity taps into the fear of missing out, FOMO, a powerful motivator. When you're unavailable, you trigger their anxiety about losing you, making them work harder for your attention. Ignoring them isn't about playing hard to get, it's about genuinely prioritizing yourself and letting them feel the weight of your absence. If they're not chasing you, they're chasing someone else, someone who understands the value of being elusive. 2. Chasing exposes your insecurity. When you chase someone, you're subconsciously telling them you don't believe you're enough. This lack of self-assurance is a massive turnoff. Ignoring someone, however, communicates the opposite: confidence and independence. You're showing that you don't need their validation to feel complete. Desperation leaks through every text, every call, and every attempt to stay in their orbit. It's not attractive. It's exhausting for them and humiliating for you. Research in social psychology highlights that people are naturally drawn to those who exude self-confidence. When you ignore someone, you're signaling that you're secure in who you are. This nonchalant attitude is magnetic because it sets you apart from the crowd of people desperate for their attention. Insecure behavior breeds doubt, while confident detachment creates respect. Ignoring someone isn't about punishing them, it's about demonstrating that your worth isn't tied to their approval. This quiet strength makes them question their own position, shifting the dynamic in your favor. Stop seeking validation from someone who doesn't care. Start validating yourself. 3. It shifts the power dynamic. Chasing someone hands them all the power. You're putting them on a pedestal and giving them control over the relationship. Ignoring them flips this dynamic. Suddenly, they're the ones wondering about you, questioning their decisions, and trying to get back in your good graces. Power dynamics in relationships are often subtle but impactful. When you ignore someone, you're taking back control. You're no longer the one seeking validation or approval. You're becoming the prize. This shift is psychologically profound because it forces them to reevaluate how much they're willing to invest in you. As philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." When you stop chasing and start ignoring, you become their why. You give them a reason to fight for your attention, creating a dynamic where they're more invested in you than you are in them. Chasing reduces you to a beggar. Ignoring turns you into a ruler of your own world. 4. Ignoring creates emotional space. People need space to process their feelings. When you chase someone, you're crowding them emotionally, leaving no room for them to miss you. Ignoring them gives them the time and distance they need to realize your value. Emotional space is crucial for attraction. It allows people to reflect on what they feel and why they feel it. By stepping back, you're giving them the opportunity to miss your presence and appreciate your qualities. This reflection often leads to renewed interest and a stronger connection. Remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder. But that only works if you're truly absent. Ignoring someone isn't about playing games. It's about respecting their need for space and using that time to focus on your own growth. When they're ready to reconnect, they'll do so with a greater sense of appreciation. If they don't, it's their loss. You've already moved on to bigger and better things. 5. Ignoring signals strength. Strength is attractive, weakness is not. When you chase someone, you're showing a lack of emotional control. Ignoring them, however, demonstrates resilience and self-discipline. You're proving that you can handle rejection and still thrive, which is incredibly appealing. Strength isn't about being cold or unfeeling, it's about maintaining your composure and refusing to let someone else dictate your emotions. This kind of emotional fortitude is rare and captivating because it sets you apart from those who crumble under pressure. When you ignore someone, you're sending a message. I'm in control of my life, and I'll be just fine with or without you. This unwavering confidence is irresistible. It's not about being heartless. It's about valuing yourself enough to prioritize your peace over their indecision. People respect those who don't waver. Be that person. 6. People chase what feels out of reach. Humans are wired to chase what they can't easily have. It's a psychological phenomenon known as the chase effect. When you ignore someone, you create a sense of scarcity that makes you more desirable. They're drawn to the challenge of winning you over. Think about it. Why do people covet exclusive items or experiences? It's because they're rare and difficult to obtain. By ignoring someone, you're creating that same allure. You're not just another option. You're the challenge they can't resist. This doesn't mean playing hard to get in an artificial way. It's about genuinely focusing on your own life and letting them come to you. When you stop chasing and start ignoring, you're positioning yourself as someone worth pursuing. The chase effect takes care of the rest. 7. Ignoring encourages self-reflection. When you ignore someone, you're giving them the opportunity to reflect on their own behavior. Chasing, on the other hand, distracts them from taking responsibility for their actions. By stepping back, you're forcing them to confront their choices and consider what they might be losing. Self-reflection is a powerful tool for growth and connection. When someone has the space to think about their feelings and actions, they're more likely to come back with a genuine desire to rebuild the relationship. Ignoring them isn't about punishing them. It's about giving them the chance to realize what they truly want. People can't miss what's always in front of them. By removing yourself from the equation, you're creating the conditions for them to appreciate your value. And when they do come back, it's because they've made the conscious choice to do so. If they don't, you've dodged a bullet. 8. Ignoring shows that you're busy. Nothing is more attractive than someone who has a full, fulfilling life. When you ignore someone, you're showing that you're too busy to sit around waiting for their attention. This self-sufficiency is magnetic because it signals independence and ambition. Confident, busy people don't have time to chase others. They're focused on their goals, passions, and responsibilities. This focus creates an aura of success and purpose that draws others in. Ignoring someone isn't about playing games. It's about genuinely prioritizing your own life over their indecision. When they see that you're thriving without them, they'll be intrigued. They'll wonder what's keeping you so occupied and why they're not a part of it. This curiosity often leads to renewed interest and a desire to reconnect. If they don't want to join your journey, it's proof they weren't worth the trip. Ignoring someone isn't about manipulation. It's about reclaiming your power. By stepping back, you're not just making them see your value. You're rediscovering it yourself. Stop chasing, start thriving, and watch as the dynamics shift in your favor. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.